I've had Ginge Poker, the guys that I study with, and loads of you guys who watch tell me that I need to change to a 4-color deck. I finally changed it, so please make sure that you like and subscribe. um, Today, haven't played 100 Zoom in quite a long time, but I thought we'd jump into the pool today for the first time. A few mistakes in this video, hope you enjoy. Cheers. Hi everybody, hope everyone's doing well. Thought I'd just fire up a couple of tables of 100 Zoom today. Haven't been playing 100 Zoom too much, but I've been playing more on the reg tables. But the action's been, pretty dead on the reg tables. So I thought I'd check out Zoom to see if it's any better. I think usually it's not. I think generally reg tables are softer, but I think during the daytime, obviously the action isn't as good, and it seems like it seems like the pool's okay at 100. So on the left, I'm going to use a small bet on this board, and I think ace queen, I'm pretty much just going to bet pure here. Five is a pretty bad turn for our range. I think ace queen can probably still bet some of the time, but I think this time we'll just mix in a check. I think that's fine. I think we'll definitely be doing a lot of checking on this card anyway. Now, I think versus the overbet, I think we just have a pretty clear call. Not in love with it, but you should have enough bluffs here. So we're just going to call. Definitely can't fold ace queen. And the overbet's ace 5, which seems a little bit thin. I think he definitely does have a value bet there, but an overbet with that hand specifically feels a bit too large in my opinion. Maybe he just thinks that we're super capped when we check turn. And king deuce soft is going to be a fold here. But yeah, mainly been playing 100 so far this year. Been going okay. And then I think I'll play 50 Zoom sort of more for content and stuff like that. I think generally as you sort of move up the stakes, obviously like more people play 50 Zoom than 100 Zoom, more people play 25 Zoom than 50 Zoom, that kind of thing. So I've got to think about which stakes you guys want to see most, but equally I think we all love watching the highest stakes possible. So yeah, there's definitely a balance there. We pick up aces on the left. Versus 2x, I think we can size down slightly to 10 big blinds, but I think 11 is probably still good too. And on jack 8-6, this hand doesn't particularly enjoy getting check raised, but I think it would definitely bet some of the time, and I think we'll just mix it in this time. We'll just bet small. But I think maybe here a larger sizing might be better. He's still going to have jack 8, jack 6 and all of that stuff. And we don't have a sort of like a massive nut advantage here. And we do end up getting raised. I don't really have many info on the players, unfortunately, yet in the 100 Zoom pool. So I sort of have to make my decisions based on what I think theory does. And it feels like ace king here is already pretty close. And if people under check raise, I think this does become a fold. So I'm going to fold this time. But I wouldn't be surprised if that's a call as well. Jack 10-5 here. Again, you can use multiple sizings. I think this time I'm not really randomizing too much. I'm sort of not quite winging it, but just trying to come up with a decision for your pure action. It's a relatively high EV board for us, so I'm just going to start with a big bet here. I think that's fine. It does have some pretty nice properties to bet. Now on the 8, again, it's a card that we're going to slow down on a lot. It's not really the best card for us. But I think this combo with the 4 and blocking Ace Jack seems pretty good as well. So I think we can just double barrel here. This guy's a shorter stack on the right, so I think we'll just call. 4 betting doesn't seem too attractive. Now on the left with Ace 4, having the 4, I guess, is okay. We don't really want to sort of be doing this play all the time, I think, but a triple barrel should be pretty effective here. And yeah, we unblock still a lot of his folds. We'll start at the small bet here on the right. Okay, calls down with Jack 10, seems reasonable. So he checks flop. We bet small, he calls. I think now we have a pretty clear check with his hand. Not that interested. We're putting too much more money in. And Queen's not the best card that we wanted to see here. I think now, unfortunately, we just have a fold. I imagine that we could jam this hand some of the time here, especially when he checks flop. I think that is capping from a weaker player. But obviously, he still can have some pretty strong hands in that line. Yeah, not really interested in folding him off what I think is a pretty strong range. So we're just going to fold this one. On the left, we'll start with the checkout position and take it from there. I think it makes a pretty good candidate to check raise, although this guy's a shorter stack. And I think now we just want to start betting. Camera's gone a bit fuzzy again. Not really too sure why that happens. Ace 3, I think I'll just 3-bet. Again, similarly to the last board, we're actually against the same guy here, which is pretty interesting in terms of the dynamic. But again, I think we'll just start with a small bet. And he folds. Wouldn't even have minded checking it back, actually, just considering the last hand that we played. I'm just going to turn off the camera if it's a bit fuzzy. I don't think it looks too good. King 8 here, I think, is a call or a 3-bet. Again, it's obviously clearly a mix. But we'll go for the 3-bet this time. 10-8, I think about just gets in there from the cutoff. But no, yeah, the pool seems okay. I've heard a lot of people say that 100 zoom is one of the toughest pools in the world for online poker. In terms of the pool actually playing relatively balanced. Haven't actually done any sort of research on that myself. But yeah, I think people are getting so good now. It's not surprising. On the left here, I think that we can just call with the eights with the weaker player in the big blind. I think Bubble Pete might be a weaker player as well. Not sure. He's Austrian, so probably not actually. But yeah, we'll call. And we hit our set. I think we do want to raise versus the small size here. I think we probably want to raise quite large. We're pretty polarized, and obviously our raising range is going to be revolve around our sets, so 8s and 5s here. So I think a large size does make sense. The only issue there is I think it's probably perceived as pretty underbluffed by pool, so maybe there might be better ways to play our value there. But at the same time, he's still going to have loads of worse things to have to call there, even versus larger size. I don't think, ace-8's a hand that really wants to do any betting here. I think we can check call relatively comfortably. And again, we'll check. Okay. If he did bet there, I was thinking whether we have to call or fold. Obviously, it depends on size. What did he have? King 10. I feel like that's probably a hand that should have bluffed at some point. It's a hand that can definitely bet flop for sure, and having the 10 blocking 9-10 is also pretty nice. So he just seems to have played that pretty passive there, for sure. I think like the main difference between Zoom and reg tables is that the regs on Zoom are probably better. But the fish, like you get the real whales on reg tables, like the guys who lose so much money. Whereas on Zoom, I don't think you really get that as much. I think King Queen is just a pure fold in these positions. Maybe cut off button, it does some full betting. Jack 7's close. I think Jack 8's the bottom of the range going to open there. Three bet the ace king. He's gone to 29 bigs, which is a pretty interesting size. Seems like it's too big, especially when I think we started like around 100 big blinds deep. So we're gonna jam. And on the left, pocket 5s, I think we just call pure. Also with the ace king. Don't think we fold fives yet on this board versus a quarter. And 5-4 deuce. I think we are using larger sizes here. And yeah, I quite like this hand to do it with. This really benefits from fold equity. And on the left here, we'll just fold. Then on the 10, yeah, I think we can just bet again. Again, might not look like the most attractive bet, but you know, we've always got 6 outs when we've got 2 overs, and I think the 10's relatively clean here. Jack 3 cool. Versus the check raise here. I guess in theory, it's probably definitely a call. This feels super close. The issue is what his bluffs are. I don't really expect him to slow down many rivers when he uses this sizing on the turn. So I think I'm actually just going to make a pretty tight fold here. And if he is bluffing GG. But those turn, yeah, raises are obviously, well, they are under bluffed for sure. 7-6 fold this time. And queen 10-4, you can bet small with range. And Jack 5 feels loose. It feels like it's right on the edge. Flick it in. And versus the larger size here, maybe we can do some check raising here. The 5 wraps around the 4 and the 3 quite nicely. I guess the Jack isn't sort of like the cleanest out. So we'll fold here. He is c-betting quite a lot. Versus the earlier positions, I just think you generally want to be a bit more careful. Ace Jack will 3 bet. I think 6. Seems fine. Maybe we could have even gone a touch smaller here versus the short stack. Queens is a 3 bet. I think we can just bet very small with range here. Guy seems kind of tight, so we'll just fold here. We get the raise. You have to call here. Not in love with it. I'm just trying to think about what worse we get called by if we do bet here, and giving them the option to sort of jam or something like that isn't ideal, so we're just going to check. And he's got pocket 5s. Okay. I'm going to mix in a check here on the left, on the right even. Pretty easy call. Ace-5 gets there, diamonds gets there. 5-6. I haven't got enough time to think about this one. Wow, he gets the set on the river. Didn't feel like he was bluffing, but didn't expect him to have a set there. Guy jams. Makes things pretty easy for us. Well, we've been getting beat up a bit this session, huh? I think we can just fold this hand even versus 2 big blinds. Guy's so short. Want to use hands with this better raw equity there, I think. Jack 9, ace queen. I think a7 is a mix between both. Queen 4. We'll go for like another 5 minutes. 9-5 off. Haven't had too many spots today, but yeah, this is the first time that I've put in a small amount of volume in the pool. So yeah, I just thought I'd record it. I thought, why not? Queens open. Got to be pretty careful here is that they can both have all the sets, but I think that's going to start with a small bet. And we do get raised. Ace King here is close. I'll randomize on this one. I think I'm just going to call. Generally very, very tight positions. This is pretty scary that he calls here as well. Pretty scary for sure. Don't think we can fold ace king yet, although it's close. Having the king of spades is good here. Interesting turn. I just think we've got a pretty clear check. He raises, so I expect him to carry on betting with his strong hands here. And here, when he overcalls, not too sure what that means, but his range is obviously condensed quite significantly. And we'll call here with our ace king. See what sizing he goes for here. Not sure what his bluffs will be. If he... Okay. If we raise, my question again is what worse we get called by. Maybe over this size. We might have to do some raising with ace king, but I'm just going to nittily check. Pocket king, so he just played his hand. Now when this guy overbets, multi-way, pocket queens ain't feeling too great. I don't think he's doing it with a jack. We can still have all the sets here. We've still got flushes here too. So I think I'm just going to let this one go. Jack 9, pure open. Yeah, I'm trying to think with the ace king hand whether we do want to have any raises. If I can find it. I just think that when I don't really expect him to bet a jack for that size, unless he's sort of like trying to do one of these weird like induce bets, which I don't think he is doing, because obviously I'm blocking an ace and having trips there is pretty nice to just bet big. So yeah, I think we just have to call actually. Pocket threes, fold. I think I'll sit out next big blind. Not too much action in this one. But yeah, I just wanted to record a video playing 100 Zoom for you guys. I know quite a few of you who play this stake as well do watch some of the videos, which is pretty cool. So no exploiting me based on what you see. But yeah, it's always good when you're testing yourself against some of the better players as well. You can sort of really find out where your leaks are and stuff like that. And guys, thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. And I think we'll be doing a bit more 100 Zoom now instead of 50. And yeah, I'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.